Hi guys, happy Sunday with Satan. So, yeah, very different. I can't stop watching these channels, Scarlet, Ravenswolf, and the other one, Blade and Broom. I can't stop watching them. They are incredible. So, alright. Back to Children of Cain, Pickingill craft, the old craft. Shoot. Alright. I can't wait till we get to the horse whisperers. It's really, really interesting. So, alright, now Bill Liddell claims that it was the Berbers, who were the first to introduce African magical practices into historical witchcraft. So that just makes me think how much African practices are in traditional craft. So many of them still followed pre-Islamic beliefs and practices, including the veneration of women and the worship of a goddess of love. So they sacrifice goats and chickens at crossroads, use drumming to alter states of consciousness, and combine ecstasy with the pursuit of knowledge to attain spiritual salvation. So, alright, so that sounds a lot easier and better than trying to obtain spiritual salvation from some unknown source like Jesus. But, alright, now these magicians only paid lip service to Orthodox Islam and banded together in small military groups of 10 or 12 called companies to protect themselves. So, from persecution by fanatical mullahs. Mullahs or mullahs. So these companies formed the basis for the coven system and the medieval craft. So they had also used secret passwords and identifying marks to recognize each other and recruit young local European women to their cause. Different. So at this recognize each other and recruit. Oh yeah, I already read that. So at this time, many of the peasant class were still clinging tenaciously to the semi-pagan beliefs that included communion with the dead and making offerings to nature spirits. So it was only a short step from this to a secret society of initiates practicing more sophisticated magic. So the Moorish bands of magical practitioners were led by male leaders known as captains, and they were often mercenary soldiers who hired their magical or their martial skills out to the highest bidder. Oh, okay. Others were magicians, astrologers, and alchemists who worked for the European I can't even say that word. Yeah, of royal courts, or the royal courts. They work with the royal courts. So now, in time, the military term was changed to the Arabic Rabin, meaning master or teacher, and this was corrupted in English to Robin, like Robin Hood, instead of Rahbin. So, one of the traditional names of the witch god. Now, these early forerunners of the coven masters had the power to summon and command spirits, control elementaries, charm animals, predict the future, and use magic to change events. So each member of the company swore absolute loyalty to its leaders and their fellow members, and swore to take their own life before they would betray the secrets of the Brotherhood. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. That's a serious thing right there. So, many of the leaders of the Moorish bands led a nomadic lifestyle, and in their travels they founded small groups to whom they taught the secrets of the Saracen mystery schools. So these included the keys to salvation and to how to attain paradise on earth and in the afterlife. So it's Christianized a little bit there. Now, sex magic was also taught as a way to expand and transcend the limits of human consciousness. Now Liddell comments that when a Christian priest claimed that the... Wait, what did I write there? That the devil? I think devil in the form of a black man or a black armor had arrived in a rural area and began initiating women, it may not have been totally a figment of their imagination. Now, the anthropologist Vincent Caprazona did field work in Morocco in the 1960s, and here he encountered a secret brotherhood who worked with the jinn, the elemental spirits of fire often identified with the fallen angels of biblical myth. So the jinn, big time here. They perform dances to facilitate trances and worship the queen of the jinn, Aisha Quandisha, the queen of the jinn, who would appear as either an old hag or a beautiful woman. Now, the followers of this sect communicated with Aisha in their dreams, and she told them how to diagnose illnesses and suggested cures. Now, the Arab masters taught their initiates how to become a Kathari, or perfected one. Let me see, where did I go? Through the Luciferian concept of the indwelling God or spirit. Now, only by its liberation could the spiritual seeker attain mystical union with the Godhead, which was the ultimate goal of the magical path. Isn't that the ultimate goal of every magical path, is to attain achievement, or to attain that connection with the Godhead and the spirits of the land, and well, in traditional craft it is. So now in the initiations in the Saracen craft, the candidate was expected to renounce the Christ. So this was not a specifically anti-Christian act, but recognition they could not serve any god but the one within, which is Lucifer. The only savior who could grant salvation was their own Latin divinity. So, what does that tell you? That says a lot. That says a lot. So, when the candidate kneels before the Magister of the Coven in the Old Craft, according to Bill Liddell, he or she pledges themselves to the Horned One and says, and yeah, this is true. This is very true. So he says, or what the one person says, Master, I have come to the altar to pledge Felthy as your new vessel. Robin, I abjure my birth faith. I acknowledge you as my principal male god. Robin, I will serve you faithfully with my body and heart. So, that's really getting down to the core of us, of what we are. So, I mean, that's pretty interesting. So it is no wonder that in the old days, the Inquisition accused witches of selling their souls to Satan and worshiping the powers of darkness. So yeah, that, I mean, it does, you know, people that wouldn't understand, the ignorant. So now, what of the Pickingill craft, though? Today, Bill Liddell has said that that only 2 of the original 9 covens are still active in the Hertfordshire and Norfolk. He has told this writer of a traditional Pickingill coven that still meets in a seaside town in Essex. Another independent source in the 1980s claimed that there are 2 others that convene on the Suffolk-Essex border near Brandon and coincidentally on the edge of the New Forest. Now, recently, Ralph Harvey, a retired theatrical armorer, who runs a Wiccan group called the Order of Artemis in Sussex, has publicly claimed that he was initiated into an old coven at Storrington in Sussex, southern England, in the 1950s or the 1960s. So, that was a surviving remnant of one of the 9 covens. So Harvey says he contacted it through an advertisement in the Brighton Evening Argus newspaper that read, which wanted to remove family curse. So it had been placed by a distant relative and a friend of his, the Duke of Leinster. Now, a witch responded to the advertisement who belonged to the Duke of Leinster. A witch responded to the advertisement who belonged to the Storrington Coven, and at that time the only had 4 elderly members. So the group had connections with another coven at Willingdon that allegedly also had links with George Pickingill. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We don't know. So all the members of that group were also elderly, and the youngest was 72. Wow, these people lived forever. They told Harvey that they had not initiated anyone since the Second World War, so its last surviving member died in 1979, in her 90s. Now, Bill Liddell has also revealed some of the secrets of the old craft as it is practiced to his knowledge today. I wonder how that goes over with witches today. He has described how novices are taken to graveyards by a particular or a parent or a grandparent to be inducted to the ancestors. A suitable past relative is selected by psychic means to watch over the neophyte. So the person's thumb is pricked and 3 drops of blood are sprinkled on the ancestor's grave. Then they have to kneel and pledge an oath of allegiance to the Horned One. Now, a power stone, which is one that you find in the cemetery. Where'd I go? Where did I go? Was buried. Okay, so a power stone was buried in the earth where the blood had soaked into the ground. Now, the stone was first placed in the left hand of the new witch, and he or she circled the grave 9 times widdershins. So the circuits connected with the left foot, as it and the left hand are symbolically associated with Old Horny. And that is not a sign of rock and roll, that is a sign of the Horn God. Okay, where'd I go? Now, controversially, Liddell also discussed the role of blood sacrifice in the old craft. He claimed some old family traditions killed a small bird or animal to obtain witch power from the gods. So this ritual was carried out at spring, well, sacred tree, a crossroads, or a churchyard. So, in some initiation rites, the candidate was blooded by being smeared with the blood of the sacrifice. So the old-time witches believed that the release of life force gained the favor of the old ones, and in return they would grant gifts, such as second sight, the ability to leave the body at will, and familiar spirits. That's a lot. I love the history, though. I still love the history. Although, okay, also elementals have always been attracted to blood and semen, and if regularly fed, will become the witch's servitor. Yeah, I did that by mistake, and I still have it bottled. So sometimes the spirit of the dead bird or animal was enslaved by the witch and used as a familiar. As we have seen earlier, Liddell also claimed that Liddell has also claimed that there are traditional covens in eastern England today that still offer blood sacrifices in rites of worship to the god Woden. So, however, he states quite clearly that today the surviving members of the Pickingill craft do not practice such atavistic blood rites to gain magical power or spirit contact. So, in 2 other articles published in the Cauldron in 2002, Liddell described the roles taken by the Horn God in the old craft in the Pickingill tradition. So he claims that the stag god was the principal object of worship by witches in England and Scotland. That's pretty much lining up with Gemma Gary. So now, in this form, the god often materialized during ritual just as he did in the medieval witches' sabbat. So some traditional covens still marry female witches to the Horned One, and he copulates with them on the astral plane. A few of these brides of God even claim to have been sexually satisfied by him on a physical level. Others are visited by the god in their dreams and are given teachings. So many of these women pass the knowledge they received in this way to their descendants, or even legitimately founded family craft traditions. So that's interesting. That is really, really interesting right there. And we're going to leave off there. But that is really interesting. So, alright. Let me write this down. I can actually find it. Alright, so we will pick up where we left off. So yeah, that's really, really interesting. I mean, just the surviving, you know, I mean, this Bill Liddell guy, I don't know. I don't know about him. I don't know much about him. I haven't heard much about him. So I don't find much on him. So it's just really interesting to see how that, you know, was practiced, and, you know, the old faith, and the, you know, I mean, sometimes, yeah, a bird, you see that in Romania, a chicken, or, you know, a goat or something like that, but that's kind of illegal now, literally. And I would not want to participate in any such rite. So let's do some coffee talk. So yeah, quite the interesting stuff. Can you guys believe? Wait, what? Isn't there a shift coming on the 21st? I'm not sure. Oops. Alright, let's do some coffee talk and see what's going on with everybody. But yeah, I just watched so many, I mean, this really amazing documentary last night from the Witch Museum in, what is it, Cornwall, I think? Somewhere like that. Maybe it's on here somewhere. It was the Museum of Witchcraft. Simon Costin interviews Maxine Sanders. I think you are just the sweetest thing in this world, Maxine. You are so cute. I love you to death. That was the best. I mean, that was so informative. It was very informative. I loved your bit about how the police, you know, came, and, you know, in your nakedness, and you guys had to explain, you know, what was going on with what you guys were doing, you know, in your practices. But yeah, I understand that, though, because we used to get in trouble. A little bit of trouble for what we did. Like going to the cemetery, you know, to use the board, and, you know, just typical, you know, teenage curiosity. So it was really cool. Alright. Tina J. Hi, love. How are you? This just popped up on my feed now. It was interesting to see and hear how it all started for you, and it just amplifies my belief on things. Timeless video. Thank you. Heart. How I found traditional witchcraft at the beginning. Yes. It's been an amazing... it's just been an amazing journey. I love it. I love traditional craft, and it feels like home. It really does. It feels like home. Alright, my Kim Lehman. Hi, my love. Did you know that the band Ghost mentions Osculum obscenum in their song Kiss the Goat? Yes. Great video as always. Love the shout-outs to these channels. Both are great. They are. I know. I got you addicted to Scarlet Raven's Wolf. I love it. So, yeah. And Blade and Broom is also amazing. So... thank you for recommending these. Oh, you're welcome, my love. I watched some of their videos today, both very knowledgeable, and they both made it very easy to understand. They do. That's why I love it. Nothing complicated. I know it's right to the point. Glad Chico is doing well. Yes, thank you. Glad the singular is working good for you, too. It is. It really is. It's helping. Your hair looks awesome. Much love and hugs to you, my friend, family, and bestie. I love you so much. All my heart. Alright, Tina J. Cool. She is very pretty. Definitely good genetics. Do you see the... when I smile, the eye color? I mean, literally. If I knew my natural color, then, yeah, it would probably be. Definitely. So, alright. Kim Lehman. Aw, glad she saw your tweet. Hope you get to talk to her. Yeah, we do. We've had some really good conversations. Love all the research you did on this video and all of your videos. I love you so much. Thank you. Alright, Ava. Shout out. Wicca. Alucard. Hi. Wicca. The Partial Sun. Tina J. Isaac Brenham. Michelle Lahorn. Hi. Diana Hannon. Hello. Gustavo, my brother. I have so many candles going for you and your cause. Do you love it? I do. Atalantis. Hello. How are you? Jay Phoenix. Hi, my bro. I love you. Alright, who else? Who else? I think that's it. Wait, Acosta Studio. Hello, Skyly Sullivan. Oh, my love. I have candle going for you. Cole McLaren. Shout out. Yeah, Skyly, I have the candle going for you, so I hope you saw that. I feel really, really bad. I feel really bad. It's never easy. It's never easy. It feels worse than losing a human. So, I literally cried for you. I was like, oh God. And then you sent me that picture, and then the tears just started flowing, and I'm like, oh my God. It's awful, so you have my love always. Alright, guys. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all very, very, very much, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I can't wait until we get to the Horse Whisperer. It's so much, it's just a lot better, so. Alright, all my love all the way from Venus all the way back down, and I will see you all tomorrow. So everybody, please be safe, and make sure you click the bell so you know when I'm live, because a lot of people don't know when I'm live, and if you click that little teeny tiny bell down here, ding, then you'll get notified. But alright guys, I love you all, and thank you guys for watching.